Hey everybody, welcome back to Writing with Miss Casto. Thank you all, everyone who has been joining on these videos. We've loved seeing the work that you've been sending in, so let's continue today. We are still working on opinion writing. It's what you think. That's right. So today, if you are following along on your papers or if you need to go ahead and make your own, we are on page 6, and today we are asking, what is your favorite video game? Your favorite video game and why? Because it's not just enough to say which one's your favorite, you have to say why. That's what makes writing great, are the details. So if you are saying to yourself, I've never played a video game, then just pick a different. What's a different game that you like? So Miss Casto has a favorite video game. If you've never played a video game or you don't know of any, just pick whatever game you want, okay? So let's take a second and think, what is your favorite video game? All right, I've got mine. So before we begin writing, I have some new things to share with you. We've been doing a great job of writing our sentences, sounding out our words, and making great pictures. But today I want to start going over the review process of your writing, because it's not enough to write it out and then never look at it again, because what if you made a mistake? Mistakes are great. They're okay to happen. But if you make one, what do you need to do when you make a mistake? You try to fix it. We want to make it better. So I have a few things that I want you to keep in mind as we're writing, and at the end we're going to go over our writing and double check it. So here's what I'm going to be looking for during our writing. I have 1, 2, 3 things that we are going to be working on. The first is making sure that you have spaces in between the words in your writing. So as you're writing, are you using your finger to make sure that you have a space in between the words? Because sometimes I see sentences where there are no spaces. It looks like one big word. So you need to make sure that you have spaces in your writing. Next, I want to make sure that you are using all lowercase letters unless an uppercase letter is needed. So almost all of your letters are going to be lowercase letters. Like sometimes I have friends who write the word the, my favorite word, like this. They spelled it right, T-H-E, but do you notice how these are uppercase letters? When you're writing, you're probably going to be using lowercase letters. So we're going to keep that in mind as we're writing as well. Last but not least, I want you to make sure that the first letter in the first word is an uppercase letter. Every time you write a sentence, the first letter of the first word is an uppercase letter. Like in this sentence, look at the ball. Do you see how the first letter is an uppercase L in the word look? All the rest of those letters are lowercase, just like we said. But the first letter in the first word is an uppercase letter. So I want you to keep those 3 things in mind as we're writing today. So let's get started. I'm going to ask you at the end. Keep them in mind. So what is your favorite video game and why? Now remember, how do we start opinion sentences? Do you remember the first 2 words? Let's take a look. What are they? I like blank. Okay, that's where we start. So let's go ahead and write the words I like. We should be really good at this. Go ahead. I like. L-I-K-E, like. Alrighty, so I have the words I like. Now I have to write what I like. I like what? Now, I'm going to show you again just so that my friends, I had some feedback that said they really enjoyed watching Miss Casto sound out her words. Because should your parents be helping you write your words? No. Would they help you at school? No, you gotta sound it out. So here's how Miss Casto is going to sound out hers. Miss Casto's favorite video game is Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart. Now, I don't know how to spell Mario Kart, so what do I need to do? Sound it out. So here I have my words. I like Mario Kart. That's going to be 2 words. So I'm going to draw my 2 lines for my 2 words. Mario Kart. Okay. I need to sound out my first word. Mario. What does that start with? Mario. M. Good job. Sound it out with me if you can. All right, so here we go. O. Okay. R. Okay. E. Mario. Oh. All right. So friends, do you see how I sounded out the word Mario? I like Mario Kart. So I need to sound out the word cart. All right. What's the first sound? Cart. C or K. I need to pick one. I'll do K. I'm going to do K. K makes the K sound. All right, so here I go. All right, so I wrote the letter K because cart starts with the K sound. So here we go. We're going to keep sounding out the word cart. O again. Car. R. Good job. Cart. T. All right, so here I have, I like Mario Kart. Now, you are going to pause the video and sound out your favorite video game, the name of your favorite video game. Pause. Good job. So you should have sounded out the name of your favorite video game. Your writing should say, I like your favorite video game. What's the next word we need? I like. Good job. Because if you need to pause to figure out how to spell the word because, you can do that now. Good job. Miss Casto still needs to write the word because, so I'm going to write that real quick. Okay, so Miss Casto's writing says, I like Mario Kart because, now I need to think of a reason. Why do I like Mario Kart? You go ahead and think of your reason. Got it? All right, so you can go ahead and write it down. I would reread your sentence so that you make sure your sentence makes sense. Would I be able to say, I like Mario Kart because fast? Does that make sense? No, I need to say, I like Mario Kart because it is fast. That makes more sense. So make sure your sentence makes sense. You sound out yours while I sound out mine. It is If you need to pause the video for more time, please do that now. Good job. So we should have reason 1. I like blank because blank. First reason. What's the next thing we need to write? And that's right. I like blank because reason 1 and the next reason. We need 2 good reasons so that we have really good writing. So I'm going to write the word and, A-N-D, and. So far Miss Casto has, I like Mario Kart because it is fast and You can race. Ooh, that's a good second reason. You think of your second reason. Why else do you like your video game? All right, pause the video so that you can sound it out while I do mine. All right, and when you're done, we're gonna keep going. So you should have written your whole sentence. I'm sure it looks great. Before you reread it to make sure the words make sense, maybe let's go ahead and look at our checklist. There were 3 things I wanted you to keep in mind as we were writing. So I want you to look at your writing and see, do you have spaces in between the words of your sentence? If you don't, use an eraser. Go back and try again. If you need a new piece of paper, maybe you want to start over, that's okay too, if it makes your writing the best it can be. So take a look at your writing. Okay, so take a look at your writing. I want you to think, does Miss Casto's sentence, there we go. Does Miss Casto's sentence have spaces in between the words? Yes, I do, because I remember to use my spaces. After you check that, you're going to look. Did you use lowercase letters in all of the letters in your writing? Let's see. Whoop, there we go. Did Miss Casto? Yeah. So go ahead and take a moment, pause the video if you need to. If you need to fix some of those letters and make them lowercase letters. Now, the last one is the first letter of the first word is an uppercase letter. So right here, we always start with I. The sight word I is always going to be an uppercase letter. But here's the other thing I want to teach you, is that when we look at our second thing on our checklist, we said to use lowercase letters unless an uppercase was needed. When you write your name, is the first letter in your name an uppercase or a lowercase letter? That's right, it should be an uppercase letter. When I write Emily, I write it with an uppercase E, and then all the rest of the letters are lowercase, and yours is the same way. That rule also goes for names of everything. And when you wrote the name of your favorite video game, that's a name. The first letter in the first letter should be an uppercase letter when you're writing a name. And the name of video games has an uppercase letter. So for Mario Kart, since it had 2 names, 2 words in its name, they both, do you see how I gave both of them an uppercase letter? I did. So the first letter of the name of your video game should also be an uppercase letter. Just something fun I wanted to teach you today. So I want you to go back and I want you to use our checklist. You can pause the video now if you would like to keep it. I want you to use your checklist and see, do you have these 3 things in your writing? I also want you to reread your writing to make sure that it makes sense. Do the words in it make sense? Make sure you sounded out your words so that they make sense. And then I want you to give your writing to a grown-up to see if they can read it all on their own with just the sounds that you wrote. And then you can draw your picture and show me all the great things about your favorite video game. Well, I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I'll see you next week. Bye.